Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban knife style and jungle survival. Today we're going to have a look at my small collection of buck knives, and I'll share my thoughts on them and which I think are worth your time and money. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to support the channel. Thanks a lot. So Buck Knives is a well-known established knife maker from the US, and over the years they've released dozens of models of knives. Some have been discontinued or are released as a limited edition. I have a tiny collection of Buck knives, some I like a lot, some not so much. But let's just start from the left. We have the 283 Keychain Nano Bantum, the 284 Nano Bantum, which is basically a bigger brother of this one, the 840 Sprint Select, the 422 Buck Lite, 371 Stockman, and 112 Ranger. So really six different knives across different time periods that they were created and designed, and also I've gotten them over the years. And I'll kind of just go through each of them and I'll share my thoughts on the knives and also why I got them and what I think and if I use them now and how I use them. Let's start from the left with this smallest one, which is the Keychain Nano Bantum. I actually bought this for a survival tin, right? The Altoid survival tin. Now I was experimenting with different knives and gears and tools that could fit into a survival tin. So I got this mainly due to the size. When I did get it, I felt it was serviceable, but not very inspiring. I think for a keychain knife, if you're to carry this on your keychain, it is on the big side. It is quite large, but it is quite serviceable, meaning you can get things done. But steel choice for this, I believe it's 440A if I'm not wrong, so not the best of steels. It is a budget steel. This kind of nylon scales, to me, again, not inspiring, but you know, it is what it is. This is a keychain knife. You're not supposed to really, I guess, maybe expect that fit and finish, but overall I honestly don't really use this knife. It's there, I think, on my table, and when I need a knife I might grab it, but I don't find it inspiring for whatever reason. There is obviously a form factor put into it. There is a lock back. It's not that solid lockup. There's a lot of rock blade play up and down and side to side, but you know, it's a keychain knife, so don't expect much from it. I think I've looked at other Spyderco knives, like keychain knives. Let's see the Dragonfly, slightly larger than this, but kind of a keychain knife, and that definitely is much more solid. But again, that price would be what, 5 times, 6 times the price of this. So again, not really a fair comparison, but generally by and large not really impressed with this Keychain Nano Bantum. Then we go up to the bigger brother, the Nano Bantum. Now there is a full-size Bantum, which is a blade of 3.5 inches. And I didn't want that. I wanted a smaller blade, generally because I don't carry such large blades. This one I also didn't really like. In terms of the grip, now small to medium hands, but even with this I can't get, due to the shape and design, I can't get a good grip. I mean, 4 fingers is weird, 3 fingers just because of the design. I can't wrap it round, I can't get it, you know, comfortably around, so it's neither here nor there. There isn't a finger choice, there's just a sharpening choice, so you can't really put you can, but look, you have to be careful not to cut your finger there. So in terms of the ergos, it doesn't work for me. This is again that nylon kind of handles, very lightweight. I personally find the balance also a bit off. It just doesn't feel right to me, right? It definitely doesn't feel like a buck knife to me. I would say that. So this would be definitely a much more modern design compared to these knives over here, but I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. I haven't tried the full-size Bantam. Maybe I would prefer that. If you do own that and you own the Nano, you can let me know about the comparisons as well. What more can I say about this in terms of the blade? Steel, the blade serviceable, but I would say this series, the Bantams, to me, at least the Nano versions, uninspiring. Then let's go on to the Sprint Select. Now this is a knife I actually like. It is, yes, longer. The blade is over 3 inches, just slightly. It's got a nice blade shape. a bit maybe murder death weapon style, but you know, I found that ergos on this was pretty good. Now if you're going to use hard use, like if you're going to outdoors and really use this hard, you might find some biting over here, so a bit of a hot spot, I would say, if you really want to grip it tight. But by and large, it's okay, right? I think it's serviceable. Again, this is kind of a budget knife, not super expensive, but not cheap by any means as well. But I love the flipper tab, swings it out right. Overall, you know, I like this. In fact, when I reviewed this, I said, you know, for outdoor use, this is probably one of my favorite, and I still would bring this out. I like the weight, I like the ergos, and I like the blade thickness. I always like a thicker blade on a knife. Now, do I think that this is a buck if I didn't know it was a buck? No, I would never assume that this was be a buck. Again, very different from the traditional knife designs, but quite serviceable. Now we come to the very first serious knife I owned, and this is the 422 Buck Lite. It's a 3-inch blade, and it's basically modeled after the 112 Ranger. But this is, again, that plastic scales. There's a name for it. It's just slipping my mind right now. But this is that high impact, not ABS, but there's a name for it. High impact plastic and finger groove. So ergos are great. I use this as a scout for camping, for hikes. It was great. Still great. A lot of nostalgia. You can see the blade is really scratched up with lots of sharpening over the years. Now the 112 and the 111 or 110, sorry, classics, legendary knives, people would consider. So really nothing bad you can say about it. Definitely functional. Between these two, right, this is more of a modern knife because you get that flipper kind of deployment. But you know, this to me still feels like a better knife in terms of the grip and the feel. So definitely I'm partial towards this knife, and of course its main big brother, the original, that's the 112, which I'll get to in just a bit. This is the Stockman, and I've done a video for this. You can check it out. In fact, I've done a video for the 422 and the 840 Sprint Select. You can check out the links in the description below. So this is a 3-bladed knife, traditional style, for cowboys to do general work, but I think makes a good pocket knife if you want this kind of traditional style. You do like a traditional style. This is the only one which is a slip joint, meaning there's no locking mechanism. The blades can just open and close under force. And finally, we have the 112, the Buck Ranger, but this is the finger groove with the ebony handles and the brass bolsters. You can't beat, right? Among all these knives, I would say still this feels the best in hand, best ergos, best grip. Hands down, I would say among all these, I would always turn to this 112. I prefer the 112 over the 110. 110 is basically a larger, longer version. I do like the 3-inch blades. Works for me better, and I generally like to carry as EDCs 3-inch blades. So, final conclusion of all these bucks, I think, you know, these two I wouldn't mind not owning. This is great as a utility worker if I just want to bring a knife outdoors and not worry about it too much, and even if I lose it, I'm not gonna despair too much. I would use this. This has sentimental value, but you know, basically you can put these on par. Of course, this is more expensive, it's heavier material, you know, just feels more solid. This is discontinued, so you can't even get it anymore. You have to get it from the secondary market. So sentimental value, of course, this wins for me. But overall, you know, as a folding locking knife, I'll go with this. And I have absolutely no problem with the Stockman as a slip joint knife. Well, there you have it, my different bucks. Do let me know what your favorite buck knives are, and let's stick to folders. Let's not talk about the fixed blades. Let me know in the comments which buck knives you like and why you like them. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.